Welcome back, everyone, to another About Teams video. And today's going to be an NHL recap and a tonight preview of tonight's one game only. So might have something different tomorrow due to obviously just the one game. But we had two very good games last night. I know you're the Bruins fan, so we'll get into the Bruins more. You can talk about them more. My overall opinion watching the game, because I was able to catch most of this, was Bruins came out swinging early, which is something I didn't expect. But they punched early, and that was what got them up early, 1-0 lead. And then Charlie McAvoy, obviously the story of this game, they punched early, went up 1-0. Then I think Florida settled down, second period on. And I think they were the better team for two periods, but obviously, once Florida tied it, I think it was Charlie McAvoy was able to get the game-leading goal. Just great passing from the Bruins, wide open shot. My opinion, anyone who thinks that's goaltender interference, I mean, you saw our last game, the controversial call. I like it. You got to stick with it. If there's some physicality in the box, just let it slide, or goaltender's crease, whatever you call it. Credit to the Bruins. They came out, I think, Florida once again was still overall the better team. They took that first punch really well, but sometimes one of those games where Swayman played outstanding right at the very end. I thought Florida would tie it when that puck just dribbled through to, I think it was Sam Reinhart. But could be interesting. Now you go back to Boston. Never know what can happen if they could force a game 7. But I still like Florida in the series. There wasn't anything that Boston did to wow me besides that first punch early. And they did dominate that whole first period. So that's a big credit. They were able to hold that Kachuk line in check. And that's the key if they want to win the series. Obviously, I think that Kachuk line is like a -2. So credit to Boston. They stole one in Florida. But my opinion still hasn't changed necessarily on who I think wins the series. But what are your takes?
Yeah. The big takeaway I took from this game, because I had zero confidence going into this game, as people heard yesterday. But give Swayman his money. He has shown you every single game in this playoff run, even if tomorrow is the end of the run.
I think they actually play Friday.
What's that?
I thought there was the schedule thing where they actually play Friday. So
or is it tomorrow?
I think it's.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Friday.
He's shown you that even if the season ends Friday and you lose at home, which has been a theme, if you give Swayman a chance to win the game, every time he's done it. If you don't just screw him over by getting no shots on goal and by being on the penalty kill 7 times in a game, he can win you the game, and that's exactly what he did last night. Bruins punched first. They came out swinging the first period, had 13 shots on goal, which is insane for what they've done in this series when it comes to shots on goal. That's a lot for them in a game, it seems.
Yeah.
They came out swinging, scored first. Florida answered, and I was kind of like, here we go. Here comes a snowball. And then,
that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, and then McAvoy answered quickly after like you talked about with the goaltender interference. I mean, I was sitting in my room watching the game, and when I saw them reviewing for goaltender interference, I was thinking the NHL is going to screw the Bruins again, call this goaltender interference. Florida's going to go down and score 3 goals. But NHL got the call right. They got the call right, and I was surprised because, obviously what we saw last game with Coyle getting shoved into Swayman for possible to save the puck.
Or was it just a little love tap?
I won't dwell on it. It happened. It is what it is. It was a nice goal by McAvoy regardless. I don't think, like you said, the interference that they were looking at had, I don't think, any effect on whether Bobrovsky could have saved it. But, to sum it all up, biggest takeaway is Jeremy Swayman. That's it.
Yeah.
If you're going to win this series, it's going to be on his back. And this is how you're going to have to win games. You're going to have to win gritty. You're not going to outscore them. You're not going to outskate them. Florida's faster, probably stronger, you're gonna have to out goaltend them because I think Swayman is the better goalie in this series. Just he hasn't been able to prove it because Bobrovsky's seeing like 12 shots on goal every game. So, and your average goaltender is going to save most.
Yeah.
Hammer away, pepper Bobrovsky, get shots on net. You'll have a chance. That's all I'll say is you'll have a chance. I won't say you'll win, but give yourself a chance. I knew they were going to come out and play tough because it's an elimination game. Like I said, they play tough in elimination games, and they pulled it out. So let's just see if Friday they can force a Game 7 at home, Game 7 will be in Florida, but when in front of the home crowd, I don't know. I keep saying it.
I'm going for the hometown.
Yeah. I had more confidence in them winning last night than I would if they went back home because of how awful they've played on home ice in the playoffs. But we'll see. I mean,
we'll see. It's Game 6.
This is like a long, drawn out death. Like I'm just waiting for it to be done.
You have to wait on that Bruins end of season speech. But with that being said, this series we knew would not end yesterday, no matter what the result was. What a great game! I think we knew the series was going to go 7. I've not seen anything to change my opinion. I assume yours otherwise.
No.
The goaltending really has not been an issue for Vancouver so far this series, and they've done a great job of that. We were finally able to see that Edmonton breakthrough with Draisaitl and McDavid. They're just to get on the board must have felt good. It was highly competitive. Edmonton's goaltender change, I think, it paid off. You said something like they weren't facing many shots. Could you just save like 17 out of 19? I think he saved like 19 out of 21. So he did a great job just not letting it bleed through, not letting in 5 goals on that 21 shots. Like he just contained it. 2 goals, like around a 900 save percentage. Nothing crazy. Just doing your job as we are called to do. It was a great ending. It looked like Edmonton was going to win this game. Then Brock Besser does what he's done all playoffs, rise up, score with like a minute 30. We say, okay, OT it is, but then not so fast. Edmonton, I don't know how much time was left on the clock when they scored, but
40,
it was like
40 seconds.
Yeah,
I don't think it was Brock Besser. Dakota Joshua. That's who scored the second goal to tie it. Besser had an assist on the play.
Oh, okay.
That's
whatever it was. And then obviously Edmonton 20 seconds or whatever you say was 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Shout out to Edmonton. They clutched up, got this done. But if I'm Vancouver, it sucks, but you got to bounce back. You're going home 5-2. You got one in Edmonton. You still got home ice advantage. I'm not panicking. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
This is playoff hockey.
I agree with you. Yeah. This is definition of playoff hockey. When I saw the Canucks tied up, I was kind of in and out because of how late it was. I think it was like 12 or 12:30 when the end of this game was going on. And it was a great game all around, but I saw Canucks tied up and I'm like, oh, they're gonna do it to them again. They're gonna do it to them again.
If they went up 3-1, the series is over.
Oh yeah. I thought and Edmonton had a 2-goal lead. Like it's just that like they got to stop blowing these leads. I know I get you one. You score a last second clutch goal, which is gonna fire up the team, the home crowd. But you got to stop blowing these leads, man. I mean, 2-goal lead in the playoffs, especially going into the third period, you shouldn't blow that at home.
A lot of blown leads this playoffs.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I thought when Vancouver tied it, I thought it was going to be them in overtime, and then I looked down for like a minute, look back up, I see Edmonton celebrate and Evan Bouchard with probably the most clutch goal of his career. Yeah, I can't see this not going 7 with just how back and forth these teams are. Picard played great between the pipes for Edmonton. I think this is the change they needed kind of to give them a spark.
Yeah,
because Skinner, Skinner was playing shaky, but
Yeah. Um, whenever it seems like your back's against the wall, goalie change always seems to rally up the
Yep.
team. So
Yeah.
shout out. Edmonton made the right move. Like you said, I mean, I didn't even think he played amazing, but he got the job done. Like we
Yeah.
said,
Exactly.
Vancouver hasn't gotten many shots off, but when they've gotten shots off, they've been almost 40% chance they go in, it feels like.
Exactly. Which is like not. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
if
can't
they
have
can
that.
make if he can just, stop, like if he's going to face 20, stop 18, 19,
Mhm.
you're going to be in good hands.
I think
But
if he
yeah,
plays like he did last night,
yeah, you'll take that
with the,
for the
with
rest
the
of the season.
firepower they have, they'll win.
Yeah, you'll take it. I mean, to Vancouver's credit, McDavid, Draisaitl have been really contained this series.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, if they step up, though, maybe they're due for a breakout game where McDavid has 2 goals.
I think they
Or
are.
Draisaitl. Yeah, but there could also be a game, where Vancouver just steps up again because Brock Besser has been going crazy. Elias Patterson, and even Dakota Joshua has had a really good series. So shout out to Vancouver for just, hopefully getting my prediction right because I still feel really confident with the Canucks in 7. With that being said, we'll move into the one and only game tonight. My Dallas Stars, this playoff run, I guess I can call them, since I need that money. Going back to Dallas, won both in Colorado, but I don't expect the champs to go out lightly. I'm expecting a great punch, a great game, one goal type of game, no blowout. But I think if I'm Dallas, I just looked at the Florida Bruins. You don't want to have to go back to Colorado for a game 6. You want to end it tonight. And I feel like Dallas has that experience of leaders like Jamie Benn that have been here before to just get it done, knock them out, end the series now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. In closeout games like this, I mean, we're kind of seeing it with the Rangers. Honestly, it was a more extreme scenario, but they had, closeout game at home. You don't want to go back to their place and give them momentum. Yeah. So
Rangers,
I think Stars close it out because, like you said, you don't want to go back to Colorado, and they're firing on all cylinders. Like this game, was it? Were we saying it could have been a sweep? This was the series. I don't know.
If Dallas didn't blow a 3-0 lead in the first game, this series would have been over.
Right. So I can't see, it seems like they've outplayed Colorado the entire series. Ottinger's just been standing on his head.
That's a big advantage. Ottinger versus Georgiev. Big advantage.
Yeah. So I think this series is probably wraps. But
yeah, there's some question marks for Colorado. I mean, you won the championship back in 2022. You can hang your hat on that. But last year, lost first round of the Seattle Kraken in 7. This year, you destroyed Winnipeg in 5. That was actually kind of a surprise to me. I didn't think it would be that quick of I thought Winnipeg was going to at least go. I thought the Jets were actually going to win that series in like 7, or at least make it competitive. But Colorado dismantled them quickly. But then, like I said, if it ends tonight, they got dismantled pretty quickly in the second round. So they're clearly a tier below or 3 below Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, which is surprising because they have superstars. They have, Makar, McKinnon. I mean, I know that suspension that, really came out right before the game, last game, isn't going to help a team. When you find out an hour before you hit the ice that your top goal scorer in the playoffs is getting suspended for, 6 months for failing a drug test. You're kind of like, whoa, what the hell just happened? But
maybe that's why he was showing up in the playoffs.
Hey, Barry Bonds? No. Barry Bonds is in the Hall of Fame. Different subject, though.
That's an MLB debate. That's an MLB debate. I don't support cheaters.
Okay. A-Rod, the Timberwolves owner, by the way, Alex Rodriguez, known steroid user.
Actually, if you watched it, no, he's not. The owner is Glenn Taylor.
That's a different subject. It's
a different topic. But the owner is Glenn Taylor. There's actually a nice ownership debate going on this summer about that. But we'll talk about that in the NBA at some point because that is kind of funny. But with that being said, we both got Dallas, it looks like, winning tonight, closing this out. Hopefully they do, so my money gets up. Maybe I can cash out if they're struggling against the Canucks or Oilers next series. But I really love Dallas. I don't think they will. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for listening to our NHL recap and our preview of the one game tonight, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.